Yo, what's up, guys? Kevin here from Snowboard Pro Camp. Today here with Chris.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And we're going to be on here for the next hour answering all your snowboard questions. So definitely hit us up. Winter's coming. It's like mid-October. I know a lot of you guys out there are getting ready for the snowboard season. I've been getting ready. Chris, you been getting ready for the snowboard season?
I've been getting ready, yeah, for sure. Mentally, physically.
Catching up on Game of Thrones?
No, not quite. I saw through the clouds though on the way over here, and the snow is looking pretty low.
Where's the snow line at? What would you guesstimate? How many meters, feet?
3,000 feet.
Nice. Okay, cool. So
100,000 meters, like mid station.
So we'll have to do a hike soon and bring a rail up and do a rail session.
Yeah, you can carry the rail.
Okay. Well, we got two, one each. Yeah, so definitely, guys, hit us up with any of your snowboard questions, beginner questions, gear questions. Chris has basically been living at a snowboard shop the last month with Andreas, just getting snowboard videos out.
Eating carbon to stay healthy.
Also, if you guys have any questions about trick progression, just progression on your snowboard in general, or if you have just like if you're setting up your first ever snowboard kit and you need any advice, definitely ask us.
We've made one or two in the past. For sure.
Chris, from all your time at Comore, do you have any boards that are standing out that are kind of piquing your interest?
Oh, so many good boards out there, but the one that's really getting me at the moment is the new 2020.
Oh, the Yes 2020.
Yeah,
cool.
with the powder hulls.
Don't get it confused with the 2020 lineup. It's just like a whole...
It's the 2020.
What do you think does that stand for something, 2020? Or is that just...
The only thing I can think is relative to is like eyesight, seeing clearly, if you have 2020.
Oh yeah, 2020 vision, right.
And the fact you can kind of see through the powder hulls because they're just made of resin. But
cool.
I don't know. But yeah, it's almost a quiver killer. It's kind of like my type of quiver killer because it leads more free ride, freestyle rather than like a park.
I want to see you in the park with that board.
Yeah. Maybe you can carve like on the hull. I mean, like hit rails on the hull.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to find out.
All right, let's give some people some shout outs here for tuning in. Appreciate it, guys. So we got L Stackers on here, Henry Edwards, Mr. Full Send, Joe Brown, Nina Yusuf. Also, guys, let us know where you're watching from. It's always like fun to hear where you guys are tuning in from around the world. Tyler Jill wants to know if we're heading to Sun Peaks. We'll definitely have to look at some of the like Icon and Epic passes and like where we get access to, because Sun Peaks would be cool, or some more interior spots.
Yeah, we'll just do an interior road trip, hit up Red Mountain and Kicking Horse, go back to Revelstoke when there's some powder. That'd be nice.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Fergus says go to Scotland.
Yeah.
Fergus, that's such a Scottish name right there.
I used to live up near Scotland, and I had some buddies going up there. I wouldn't say it's comparable to Whistler, but it's definitely good if that's all you got. And you got some cool mountains up there for sure.
Nice. And George is watching from Maryland, Nico from Wisconsin, Luke Cotter from NZ. Nice, man. Yeah, I was just in NZ a couple of days ago in riding at Cardrona. Pretty fun trip. The spring session in New Zealand is still going off.
I saw your last live chat where it looked like you're in the middle of a blizzard.
It was full on winter. Yeah, they got like some fresh snow like last week, and it's been crazy. El Stagger is watching from Boise, Idaho. Ellie's watching from Arkansas. Calvic from Puerto Rico. All right, thanks guys
London,
for tuning in.
Argentina, Colorado,
New York
That's
City.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, so Mel says, any plans to check out the Canadian Rockies this season from Alberta? Oh, wow, a lot of people wanting us to go to the Rockies. Yeah, that'd be great. I've never been to like Banff or Sunshine, or have you been? You've been out there when you were a kid or something,
Yeah, I
right?
was like six years old or something. So
Yeah.
I think it's time to go back. It's been 30 years.
Yeah. Catman's watching from Sweden.
Kumadu.
JT Naring says, what is your upcoming trip? No plans at the moment, but yeah, we're getting some snow here in Whistler. I think just like keeping an eye on like what's happening in North America, like seeing where it's getting snow and then basing it on that, really.
The only one I would do is if Alberta does get a ton of snow and it sticks, then I'd be willing to go out there.
You got your winter tires?
Yeah, they're the all season.
Maybe we can do a road trip. Well, I still need to get my tires as well. But if we're going like across the Rockies, we should get some like good ass tires.
It's true.
Yeah. Ellie wants to know, how do you learn to butter easiest? I think like my best butter tip is to just like start on the flat ground and just start working your board so that you're getting your hips over top of the nose or tail over one of the tips and just leaning into it. Do you have any butter tips?
Yeah, it's like Chubbs McKenzie says, it's all in the hips. So you just, even when you're stationary, like flat ground, stand up, really work on keeping your body aligned over your board, but moving your hips side to side, get comfortable with that, and then take that out into the snow when you're moving, and
yeah,
that should help out.
Exactly. And also like a really soft board will help for like anyone new to butters. I think having just like the softest board you can find just makes it so much easier.
And I think one of the things that would really help is checking out a video on buttering, like Kevin's new 5 tips to help buttering just came out.
Yep, yeah, just up on YouTube. Last video up. Nico's watching from Wisconsin. All right, Kaden says, any advice for powder riding? I think for powder riding, one thing that's kind of overlooked is speed. I always think that speed helps. So I would say go through powder with a bit of speed. What's your powder tip?
Yeah, I think people get in too deep too fast, and so just progress slowly, and especially if you're going in trees, aim first for those like really wide open tree areas and get used to that before you get into the real thick stuff.
Yeah, so kind of like spot the terrain first.
Yeah, looking ahead, always thinking about your line, always looking at the terrain like second by second, just thinking, where can I go, is this going to slow me down, is that safe, is that not?
Yeah, perfect. And we got the first super chat from Buck Snabes.
Nice.
I was like, is that?
He was on my live chat earlier.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks for the support, man. Yeah, you guys are our sponsors, so yeah, really appreciate it.
You're gonna get a Buck Snabes on your shirt, on your jacket now.
Yeah, yeah, appreciate it, man. If you have a question, let us know. Yeah, guys, so super chats are an awesome way to support the channel, and it's a good way to guarantee to get your question answered as well. Adrian Anderson, anyone hitting French Alps this season? Would love to. One of the Alps, the Italian Alps, the Austrian Alps, Swiss Alps.
Mm-hmm. Maybe so many good Alps.
Maybe not the Swiss Alps, just because it's so dang expensive over there.
I think the Italian would be a good place to go.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Italy is the one that I've never been. I've been to Italy, but never to the Alps there. Have you?
Yeah, I've been one time. I can't remember the name, but I believe it's on that ginormous loop. That's like
cool.
50. It takes like a whole day, like if you're pushing it to even get around.
Nice.
But again, that was a long time ago. But I've done the French Alps quite a bit, so I would love to go back to the Italian.
Yeah. Ranny Mulham with the $20 super chat. Amazing. Thanks for the support. Says, just bought the 2020 T-Rice Pro. Hey, Chris has got that board too.
Exact same size.
Should I have gone with the Orca instead? Oh. It depends.
I'm biased. You take it.
It depends.
You got the Orca, I got the T-Rice.
So for me, the reason I got the Orca was because the GNU Headspace here, that's my like park and like free ride board, where the Orca is like my powder and all mountain board. So I feel like the T-Rice is kind of like a do everything kind of board. It's like decent in the park, decent in the powder. I think really good for carving and all mountain. So it's kind of like the middle board that kind of does a bit of everything, where the Orca is more specific to powder and all mountain. So depends on what you want to do more on your snowboard. Really? Mm-hmm. Is that a fair assessment, do you think?
I think so. The Orca's probably got a slightly wider waist width. I'm guessing a little bit shorter. It's got a little bit more volume shifted in there.
Yeah, so volume shifted, better for powder, yeah.
Maybe a little bit, not quite as nimble edge to edge, but yeah.
So
they're both really good boards.
You could have made the perfect decision for you if you wanted one board that does everything, really. Yeah. For me, I need 2 boards. How many boards do you need?
I'm surprised you only have 2.
Well, if I have a third board, then there's that third board, like the one in the middle, always gets skipped over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've got the T-Rice too, actually, but I never ride it because it's kind of like right in the middle.
I think you need something like the Nitro Cannon the 203 centimeter board, just as
Going
like
further on the spectrums.
yeah, exactly. Just make a new spectrum, a new point.
Yeah, but really good question. But I think you made the right decision if that's what you're looking for there. But if you have buyer's remorse because of the Orca, that's understandable. I feel like a lot of people have buyer's remorse because they didn't get the Orca. So, Jack Ripper with the $10 super chat says, "You liking those bent metal transfer bindings? I can get them for a good price. Saw your review and others, and they sound decent. They would be going on a board that is slightly above medium flex?" Yeah, I think that's fine. There's sort of like a medium flex binding. I think in the video I said they're like a 4, but it's really hard to really, I don't know, compare them exactly. I would say they're 4 or 5. Their website says they're a 6, so they're in that mid flex range. But if you're looking for a binding that's very comfortable, the high back is super easy to adjust, and yeah, they're just a nice, comfortable binding that performs well. So I like them a lot. I'm gonna ride them more for sure. I might pick up like a second pair that's like much stiffer, like a 7 or an 8 for like hard riding days in powder and stuff. But yeah, I think the transfers are good. Yeah. Enrique Fernandez, have you guys ever ridden NH? If so, where? What do you think NH is?
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire. No, never been there. Have you?
No, but my brothers used to go to a private school there called Brewster Academy, and they had a hill that they would go to regularly. And they said it was cold and icy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Adrian Anderson says, "Where is TJ? Have you seen TJ the last week or so?"
Where in the world is TJ? Yeah, I saw him went for a movie.
Oh, cool. What'd you see?
Yeah, The Joker.
Oh, nice. I saw that too.
Yeah. That's intense. It's an intense movie.
Pretty intense movie.
Yeah, we did I did my live chat, and then he met us afterwards and went out and
cool.
got some noodles on Main Street and went back to their place, had a little kibosh.
We need to get a poster of TJ to hang up back here.
Yeah. Or one of those like at the motel or something with the arm that's like waving on the machine. He's just sitting there constantly.
Yeah, but actually TJ, I asked him to come hang out for the live chat as well, but he is working on a video. So he got a video up last night, which was the Pro Solomon Huck Knife Pro.
Yeah.
And the next video, I'm not sure. I can't remember what it is. What's your next video?
I was gonna do some on board, like maintenance and board stuff related, improving knowledge of boards and all
nice
that jazz. And
yeah, it's a good time for it. Everyone's looking at that board knowledge at the moment.
This is true. While I'm looking at the mountains, they're looking at the boards.
Nice. Yeah, I recently got both these boards waxed at Cardrona. I just dropped them off. It was like $20 a board.
Nice.
I didn't have my waxing stuff with me, so that worked out. Petter says, what sizes do you guys wear for your jackets? And by any chance, do you know what size TJ is? I'm trying to pick up the Volcom L jacket you had in your 18-19 season. I'm so stoked on it. So I got the extra large, and I'm 6'3" 3/4", about 185 pounds. And the extra large was a little bit big on me.
Length, because you're tall, pretty slim.
Tall and slim.
So length was good, but width was not.
Length was good. It was a little bit baggy, but that was the right size for me, XL. And I think TJ is like 5'11", 155 or 160 pounds, and he would probably wear a large. Okay. I think, yeah, he's a large. What size jackets do you wear?
XL. Oh yeah,
XL, yeah. So
I don't really see XXL out there for a lot of jackets I want.
We're both tall. So Chris is like, you're almost 6'3" as well, right?
Yeah.
6'2", 6'3".
Tiny little wider waist width, but
yeah. El Stacker with the super chat. Awesome, thanks, man. He says hashtag get Chris to Japao fund. Amazing.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we gotta start we're gonna start looking at some of those plans soon, I think. Yeah, Yannick and Rav, they're pretty stoked on
Get them on it.
Getting those plans going.
Arigato, El Stacker.
We had a hotel reach out to us and offer us some free accommodation for videos, but they had like a very demanding video list. And so I'm not your video I'm not gonna say it, but it's like they're like, make this video and this video and this video. Like that's not how we work.
You guys reached out to me.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna get our own accommodation, and that's always the best way to do it.
Someone should backpack a yurt and just have that as like a backup plan.
Oh yeah, somebody come out with the snowboard yurt and
throw it up
in a backpack. All right, lots of great questions, guys. Sozial says, greetings from Germany. Love your tutorials. Amazing. Thanks for watching from Germany. Max Shred says, any thoughts on the ride anthems? Bought a pair because they felt good walking around, but I haven't heard much about them. Yeah, I haven't had a pair of rides boots before. Have you?
I have, yeah, but not the anthems. I'm not sure on those.
Yeah, I know TJ rides ride boots, and he likes them. It's got like a BOA system happening, but I feel like he's gonna go back to Adidas this season.
But yeah, if they're comfy for you walking around, then that's definitely a good sign. So
yeah, yes,
fingers crossed. And if you've already got them, you might as well just emotionally attach yourself to them and just go with it.
Yeah, make sure you wear them around a lot. Make sure they're comfortable. If they're comfortable on your feet, you picked a good pair of boots. If they make your feet sore, maybe try to pawn them off on a friend, sell them online or something, and get a pair that's really comfortable. Caden says, you guys should visit Red Lodge Mountain or Jackson Hole again. Yeah. I'd be stoked to hit up Jackson again for sure. Yeah,
I need to get there. We should time it to get back to the kings and queens of the Couloir.
Yeah. Well, I want to time it as well for like just
massive
like an insane powder dump there, because we had good snow, but like after we left was when they got even better snow, which was painful to leave. But
of course,
it's also like an expensive place to go to. Not too expensive, but it's it's hard to get there. There's not like a direct flight. You have to take like 3 flights to get there. But we could figure it out. We're still learning all these travel plans for snowboarding. All right. Finn says, greetings from Belgium.
Cool.
Do you have a Belgium greeting?
Bonjour. I used to live in Brussels.
Nice. All right. Bad Rider says, I'm having serious withdrawals, especially with our resorts getting snow yesterday. Oh, wow. It snowed in Australia. Crazy.
Dude, you're getting withdrawals. I've been off of it for months. Oh, man, I'm itching. Yeah, I can't wait to get back.
Yeah, but
I was saying before, it's like, Kevin, he's riding a lot. I'm sure he's really like excited to get back on a Whistler. Probably like a 9 out of 10, maybe a 10 out of 10.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm like a 12 out of 10. I'm like ready to go.
Nice. TV says, what about Moroccan mountains? The Atlas Mountains would be an exotic experience. Oh, very cool. Then we can say that we've been snowboarding in Africa.
This is true.
Wow, that would be cool. I've looked up the mountains there before, some ski resorts. It looks okay. Cross says, what should be the first investment in gear for starters? Good board first? I would say boots first. It's not like a very like exciting purchase, but if you get comfortable boots, then you can kind of build off of that.
Yeah, and you can always like vary around how you're feeling with the board. It's as long as it fits on your boots, it's going to be comfy. Whereas if you start with bad boots that aren't comfortable, you're going to have a bad day. And
if you have like heel lift,
foot pain, and like pinching. So I think start with the boots and then work out from there. And it's definitely going to be more fun in the long term.
Shane Davis says, when will the beanies be sent out? I think Jill is sending them out today. So if you guys have ordered any beanies in the last week, we were both away. But she's been packing them up and putting labels on and getting addresses. So
crack that whip.
And all right. Tristan 7, okay, so I want to go for a backflip this season. I've been flipping all my life. It's just a snowboard is freaking me out. We'll just do your first one when when the snow is good, like into some soft snow. So maybe, yeah, wait for that. Wait for the snow to be good.
You always get down to the tramp centers on the training boards down there. It gives you a similar feeling to how you should be rotating in the air.
Yeah, try some on a trampoline with a training board on your feet.
Take as many stressors out of the way as possible. And
Yeah.
that way, if you go into a soft landing and you've done the flips before, then it should be good.
Yeah, maybe ride with somebody too that's already doing them. Like, see if there's anybody on that day that's doing them and go hang out with them, talk to them, ride with them, or just watch them do it and copy them hitting it. All right. Somebody keeps saying to screenshot her face. I'm going to put this person in timeout. All right. Lots of questions. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you guys definitely asked the best questions. Zach with the super chat says, Twin Pig versus War Pig. Never ridden ride, any good for a 147-pound park boarder? For a park boarder, I think the Twin Pig probably. It's more of the twin park board. The War Pig is more directional, although a lot of people still ride it in the park. Check out some of the videos with TJ in them on the channel. He rode the Twin Pig last year, and that was like one of his favorite boards. It was one of the boards he owned. So for a park rider, Twin Pig.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
twin. You're going to be riding in the park. You're going to be riding switch. It's set up totally twin, basically. So
Yeah. All right. Ellie says, do you recommend Burton step on or just the regular bindings? Just asking your opinion. What's your
question.
What's your opinion, Chris?
I think it depends a little bit where you are, what type of mountains you're riding in terms of the lift access, and also how many days you're riding a year. Because a lot of people, you're riding in smaller resorts, you're riding the lift very often, and you're maybe not riding more than between 5 and maybe 15 days a year, something like that. And I think for that type of person, step-ons are great because it just gives you that like flexibility, getting your feet in really fast. If you're cruising around with skiers, if they're in your family or whatever. Whereas if you are doing these super long runs, maybe doing a lot of off-piste, going in the powder areas where you might have to take your board on and off. I know from experience teaching with kids with step-ons when we go in the powder, that was always a very difficult thing, is to get your foot back in, especially when you're in super deep snow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like Chris was saying, if you're on a short lift that's going around and you're doing lots of laps, then the step-ons can be really valuable. Like just quickly get in and out. I think it also depends on like your fitness level too. If you have like no troubles like doing up your bindings, I'd recommend traditional. If you like really value that convenience, because in my opinion, you do kind of sacrifice. You do have like more convenience, but you're gonna lose like a bit of performance. Mm-hmm. So
not like not a huge amount, but
if you value convenience over performance, then go for the convenience and go for the step-ons.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Buck Snabes with another $2 super chat. Thanks for the support.
Throw us a question, Buck.
Yeah. All right, here's a question for Chris from Dustin. It says, hey, Chris, I came out of ACL reconstruction in February. Any tips, suggestions for first season out of ACL surgery?
It came out in February, so yeah, it's going to be like 6-7 months since going back. Take it slow. I mean, you got the whole season, right? So I'm not sure how many times you're going to be riding, but go see a physio, get an idea for a plan related to snowboarding, get yourself fit and ready. Take it easy when you get out on the slopes, and don't push yourself. Don't think you're going back to like how you were before you hurt yourself, especially if you were kind of on a roll and progressing really fast. You just gotta stop, press the reset button kind of thing, and then just go again at whatever pace you feel comfortable with.
Maybe have some like shorter days to start, like maybe go up for like half the time you would normally go for or something.
Yeah,
pacing yourself at the start.
And what you can learn from me in a way, because fortunately there wasn't too many issues, but like my third day back we had loads of powder here, and I went out with TJ and Kevin.
I'm like a 50 centimeter day.
Yeah, just super deep, and there wasn't like amazing coverage either, so there was like a few like holes here, and that was I knew afterwards, I was like I shouldn't have done that.
It was a risky one, yeah.
It was really fun though.
It worked out for a good video.
Yeah.
BTC Nick with the $10 super chat says, "You guys rock. I got the 150 GNU carbon credit last year, and it's great in the park and all mountain. Picked up the Orca 147 this year for powder. What should my next board be?" Wow. I ride Mammoth.
Nitro Cannon.
Nitro Cannon.
203.
Okay, so last year you got the 150 GNU carbon credit. And you got the 147. Oh man, so I don't know what else. What boards are? Yeah, maybe something like the Yes 2020. That looks really cool. Yeah, what other boards are kind of like on my radar as well? Yeah, if you need another park board, check out something like the GNU Headspace. Really fun park board.
Yeah. The Yes, not the Writer's Choice. The Yes, what's their ASIM?
They have an ASIM.
The Greats.
Oh, the Greats, the Yes Greats.
Yeah, that's a good board too.
Man, yeah, there's
split board.
A split board. How about like a Jones Solution split board? That's my like third board technically, I guess.
Yeah, Nitro Squash. That's a good split as well.
But, yeah, there's some a few out there for you. Thanks for the support, man. All right. So my snowboard life says, got any tips for starting off on small jumps for the first time? What's your like best first small jump tip?
Just point your board straight and give her.
No, don't do that.
Good time, first time on jumps. Yeah, get comfortable with speed.
Yeah.
Get somewhere where you're going to be going as fast as you would when you land the jump, because that's a thing that gets some people is they land their jump, they realize they're going fast after they get through that whole thing that they actually did a jump, and then you kind of freak out a little bit. So
yep,
being comfy going fast, slowing down when you're going fast.
Yeah, spend lots of time outside the park working on your speed, like hitting some side hits outside the park too, like that way you can really control like the speed and the size. So like doing ollies on the run, hitting some like small side hits, and like once you're comfortable with all that, like taking off straight, landing straight, riding with a bit of speed, then yeah, just go and find the smallest jump you can and go small on it to start, and just progressively go bigger as you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, just get playful out on the slopes, practicing ollies, popping. Yeah, anything like that, and then obviously doing jumps. Remember to always be safe, and make sure you can see the landings, all that.
Ride with a crew too. That's like where everyone's kind of like on the same page of like working on similar things. That like really helps, because if you see your friend hit it, then that gives you like an idea of like how fast you should go and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, having a good crew helps. All right, Jose Santos with the 549 Canadian super chat. Thanks, man. He says, "Hey Kev, 153 or 159 Orca? I'm 5'10", 230 pounds. Differences." So
which one have you got? You got the 59.
I got the 59 and the 53.
Okay, so perfect get asked.
I think there's a 56 as well now in the middle. But if you're 230 pounds, I would go for the 59. Definitely. So I'm 185. I'm riding the 159, that is a little bit big for me. That's on like the bigger end of the weight scale. But the reason I got the 59 is because I just want a board that I can like charge a little harder on, maybe like do some switch landings with it. And I just want that bit of extra length. But I think for you being 230, the 159 is the right size for you. The 53 will probably feel too small. What do you think? Which one would you go for? How much do you weigh?
Oh, I'd have to check the volume. I'm about 200. Hopefully get that down. I'm pre-season weight, so hopefully we're gonna trim that down just a little bit.
We'll go like layer you up, and that first day just like sweat it all out.
I just say it depends on where you're riding and what type of riding you'll be doing. If you're somewhere where you're gonna be doing lots of powder, and that's one of the main reasons that you have it, you should probably go for the 59. If you don't really get much powder, maybe out on the East Coast or something like that, and you want to be charging, but you also want to be nimble and maybe doing a bit more freestyle, then you could go for the 53. But yeah, check it out. I believe they are doing a 56.
What size would you go for?
Yeah, probably a 50. If I didn't have a powder board, maybe a 59. But not having a powder board, probably 56.
Yeah, what length is your Jones Storm Chaser?
It's a 157 Oh man, I don't remember. 54,
Okay.
57.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
Something
that's
like-
nice and wide.
Nice,
and
yeah.
it's just tapered like to bejesus and back.
Yeah, I'd go for the big one for sure, man. I think you'll have so much fun on that, Jose. Thanks for the support, man. All right, great questions, guys. Daisy Doran says, "Have you tried the Anon Sync goggles?" I have not. Do you know what the
haven't?
Sync goggles are?
No.
So yeah, I've got Anon M4s. Been loving them. The low light lens isn't my favorite, so I'm gonna have to find a different low light lens for the Anon M4s. But the sunny day lens is like amazing. So been really loving that.
The Sync must be newish. Maybe it's a new goggle.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
I thought we exhausted the add-on goggles. Yeah, well, that was a few years back now, but
Yeah. All right. And then Max Shred says, "How often you wax your boards?" I probably wax them like every 4 or 5 times riding, which I should probably wax a little bit more often. But I think in the last, say, like 11 or 12 times riding, I've waxed my board twice. So yeah.
yeah, just obviously check what type of base that you have, because
Yeah.
extruded you don't have to really wax so much, if at all. Maybe just like a rub on wax, but yeah, with centered every 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
But apparently, as the board gets older, as you do it more, you don't have to wax as often.
Oh,
But if
really?
it's a new board, then you should be
Oh.
doing it.
Oh,
like
really?
every 3 days.
All right, great questions, guys. Taylor says, "Going to Niseko beginning of February. What are your top 3 boards for that area?" Oh, nice. So like basically top 3 powder boards. So for me, oh man, I have 2. I don't know if I have a third. I would say my number 1 would be the Orca. Love that. That's the one I rode in Niseko last year. 2 years ago, I had the Nitro POW, which was really fun in Japan as well. And third one, I don't know. I would like to ride the Spring Break Catamaran in Japan. That'd be a fun board to ride
That's
as well.
a weird board.
Do you have a couple boards you'd like to take to Japan?
I wouldn't mind trying out the Burton one hitter. That's one of the
nice.
new ones in their family tree line. That one's cool. The Canon.
Nitro Cannon? Yeah, that'd be
I
fun.
didn't want to. I already brought that up like 3 times.
I want to see you ride that. Yeah, that'd be funny just seeing you coming down.
Big
in it.
orange on the big pink. I would like to try the Lone Wolf, because I know the Storm Chaser, which is an amazing board.
Yeah.
And then the Lone Wolf, just slightly different but similar shape, more aggressive looking for sure.
Oh, one that I forgot about was the Battalion Surfer. Yeah, Battalion Surfer. That one, when TJ was riding that in Japan, it looked like a lot of fun. Do you know that one? It's got like the big swallowtail on it as well, and like the 3BT.
Oh
and the
yeah,
nose.
yeah. It's got a big swallowtail.
If TJ doesn't buy that board this year, I might buy it.
Okay.
So I don't have a swallowtail board at the moment. Adam Searles says, "What's up, legends? Hey, Chris, and welcome home, Kevin. Getting cold here in Ontario. The trees look amazing. Check out my vid after the chat if you can." Awesome. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, I'm sure over in Ontario, all the trees are changing color, and it's good to hear you're getting some cold weather. Hopefully some snow soon.
Before you know it, it'll be minus 30. Lucky dog.
Emil says, "Where's the best place to snowboard in Canada?" Oh man,
We're biased.
I would
We're
say,
definitely
yeah, I would
biased
say
here.
Whistler, just because this is the place I chose to live. So obviously, I would try to choose the best place. I think I did. I don't know for sure though, because I haven't been to every Canadian resort. But I'd throw Revelstoke out there. It was incredible too, and
Going back to because Revelstoke, it's definitely more aggressive, more steep overall than Whistler. But when we went, there was like barely any new snow. It's very hard pack, crusty. So check that place out for sure. But there's a cool thing about Canada. There's loads of good mountains. There's so many good spots. So you can't really make a bad choice.
And Mean Peach says, "Hi, where are you guys right now?" So we're in Whistler, BC, Canada, in my at-home studio.
In your log cabin.
In my log cabin, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And Whistler. So I think it's been just like raining in Whistler, but it's snowing up top. Chris, you said you saw
Oh yeah. We got the fire going down in front of us.
Yeah.
But it's been raining. I don't think it's stopped raining in the last like 72 hours, something like that.
Okay.
So it's just, it's been nonstop rain. Fortunately, it's been cold enough that it is snowing on the mountain, but I think the temperature's just right on the edge. So more snow in the forecast, more rain in the forecast. Hopefully the freezing level just keeps dropping.
Yeah, check us out on Instagram to maybe follow some of our like stories, because we'll probably be posting like when Whistler's got snow on the mountain. Chris, what's your Insta?
Chris is recovering with full stops in the middle.
Nice. And
Chris.is.
And mine's just Snowboard Pro Camp. Yeah, follow us down there, and you guys can see the progress of the snow here in Whistler.
It's coming. It's a coming.
Sneaky Ninja Pro says, Kevin, what do you like to eat? My favorite food is probably like burritos, tacos.
Tacos or burritos.
Veggie sushi.
Ramen.
Yeah, I had ramen for dinner last night.
Noodles. Bananas,
smoothies,
Cliff bars,
juice,
Lara bars.
Yep. Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Fruit and nut medley.
I'm getting hungry at the moment too. We should get some sushi or something after this. All right. Oh, Charlie Friend says, "Yo, watch David Jones's new video, and your channel's hella good. Thank you."
It's fingerboard week 2.
Fingerboard
or
week 2.
3.
Yeah.
Carbon fingerboard.
Adam says, thoughts on Air Blaster suits. Do you mean like the base layer like ninja suit? For me, like I have one and I don't wear it because I find it too hot. It's like too warm for me, and then also it's a pain to go to the bathroom in it because it doesn't like fully unzip. So I don't need that hassle. So I wore it like 3 times and I haven't worn it since.
Fair
So
enough.
if anyone wants a ninja suit, you can have it.
You didn't go to the bathroom in it, did you?
It was like, it was tricky. But yeah, so I don't know. They're okay. I guess if you like get really cold in the mountain and you think it's worth it to have that like extra warmth. But like I know, Chris, you run pretty hot, right? Like, you don't need an extra layer.
I wasn't even wearing proper gloves for like the entirety of last season. I was just wearing park inners, park gloves and inners.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as you though too. I wore those like thin mitts all winter. I feel like we're adapting to these. Well, I've also had like almost 2 years of straight winter.
Yeah, yeah, you're right in it. I guess it depends a bit on how hard you're riding. If you get off and you're just going from the get go and you don't really give yourself that like opportunity to get cold.
Yeah,
that definitely helps.
New board with the super chat says, yo, got a contact for off-piste/pout in Austria, Kappel, Tyrol. Sissy owns an apartment there. I send both of you a message on Instagram.
I saw that.
#OzPowFund. Awesome. Thanks, New board. Yeah, I've been meaning to get back to you. So after this live chat, I'll send you a message. And yeah, really appreciate hooking us up with that connection. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll make it out to Austria to Sissy's apartment. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
If there's a free place to stay. We don't have to make like a list of videos or anything, do we? Like,
first you have to do Sissy's bathroom.
Yeah, how to clean toilets in Austria. All right. Thanks for all the great questions, guys. Colin says you guys should come to Killington, Vermont. Yeah, I've heard great things about Vermont and that part of like the States, and yeah, we should definitely hit it up at some point.
I like that name, Killington. It just sounds burly.
It sounds like a proper resort name, Killington.
David Jones.
David Jones is on here. He's got like the check mark in his name and everything. Oh, wow.
He did do a really long Kevin.
Nice. Kevin. Thanks, man. David. Right back at you. Yeah, awesome. What's it called? Fingerboard week. I saw video 1. It's the carbon board looked proper. Like
the one thing I learned from carbon fingerboard making is make sure you check if it's directional carbon.
There you go. Yeah, David, you should
torsional spinning on that.
You should start like your own factory. Oh, that's huge. Just like make those carbon fingerboards and send them worldwide, and like have like a little workshop of Kiwis, I'll making them for you. That'd be perfect, man. Sign everyone. Sign David Jones. All right. All right. Ridge says, greetings from South Florida. I see Whistler Blackcomb getting snow up top. Almost that time. Yeah, winter is coming.
Almost. Yeah, we're right on the precipice. I think a hike is going to be in order like very, very soon.
All right.
We got some weird people out here.
Some spam. That's all good. Jose Santos. Hey, Kevin, difference between the 153 and 159 Orca. Yeah, I guess the main difference is like for me where I could go either one with my weight, but the 153 is probably it was good. It was great in powder. Maybe turn a little bit quicker with that shorter length, and maybe not have as much float if I'm like dropping like a cliff or like riding at high speeds. It might not be as stable as the 159. The 159 I think is going to be more stable. It's going to have more float, but that means I'm also going to have to ride it more aggressively, and it's not going to turn as quick. So there's like some trade-offs there. So I'm getting more stability with the 59, but the 153 is more like nimble and quick. So a few trade-offs, but I think it's going to be fun to try a different size. And yeah, I plan on riding faster and harder and all that.
So if you were going on a trip and you could only take one of these two Orcas, it would be the 59.
Yeah, I'd take the 59, yeah.
But that's for your weight and the type of riding that need as well.
Yeah, for the type of riding I want to start doing, which is just a bit more aggressive. Yeah, I could take any one, but yeah, I need to try out the 59. But maybe I'm wrong. I got to try it on some like deep powder days first before I could like...
And then throw it back on the 53, and then you're just like, whoa,
yeah.
check this guy out.
I'm going to give... TJ is probably going to take the 53 out a few days too. You can take it out if you want as well.
Cool.
Probably trade back and forth and just see how each one feels. All right. Thanks. Great questions, guys. Jose says that we missed a super chat. Let's go back and check it out. So Luke Olbrick says, with the $5 super chat, thanks for the support. Do you guys make a living off YouTube? And if so, at how many subscribers, views did it happen? Well, yeah, you're making it happen right now with that $5 super chat. You're making a living.
That's how it happens.
That's part of it, the live chats. But I guess so basically the way that I started was I was working through the summers, saving money, and then making videos through the winter and losing money and kind of going into debt. And I probably did that for 4 years. I don't remember how many subscribers kind of put me over the tipping point or how many views, but it was probably around after I got past 100,000 subscribers or maybe like 150,000 subscribers and maybe, I don't know, 25 million views that it started to become like the full-time job. Maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was like 40 million views and then it became year-round full-time. So yeah, with YouTube, you got to be in like the millions.
That was before they had super chats as well. So there was no option for super chat. It was basically just YouTube views at that point.
That was pre super chats. There's also another revenue stream. So like below all the videos in the description, there's like links to all of our gear links, and then we get a small commission if you guys buy anything through those links. So that's another way that we earn revenue to keep the channel rolling. So yeah.
I'm kind of where Kevin was before when he said earning money in the summer, losing in the winter. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. But yeah, hopefully be breaking over that border soon and
yeah,
just be doing trips all the time and boarding and
yeah. Well, the exciting thing for me was like when year after year you just keep seeing it grow and you're like, well, if this keeps growing, I've
created a monster.
It'll just be a matter of time before it could be like the full-time gig. And I think it was like a couple of years of losing money working in the summer, a couple of years of breaking even, which was like pretty cool. And then the last like 3 years has actually been like earning the full year revenue. So yeah, Chris, you're on your way, man. Yeah, how much have your views grown compared to last year?
I already have like a third of my views from the entire last season.
Oh wow!
And we're not even in November, so
nice.
I feel like it's gonna be a rocket ship going to the moon. Yeah.
Sweet.
Shameless plug. If you guys haven't checked out my channel before, please go over and have a look. Chris Ayres.
Yes.
CHRIS space EYRES.
Chris Ayres. Yeah. CHRISEYRES.
She's a booming. Get on it. You can get on it and say, I was here when it was only 4,230 subscribers.
What's your next like milestone on the YouTube channel?
5Gs for sure. Yeah.
5,000 subscribers.
5,000
nice.
subs.
How close are you to that?
I'm hoping I'll be able to do it before the mountain opens. But
nice.
that'll need a little bit of a push. I need some help from you guys as well.
Yep.
And I think that's definitely a possibility. And then, yeah, hopefully by Christmas, double that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just going to grab onto Kevin. Every time Kevin's in a video, I'll just pop up in the back with a sign. Hey, subscribe.
Yeah, get sort of like a giant. Your beanie just has like Chris Ayres.
Yeah. Shameless plug-in everywhere.
Speaking of beanies, you can check out Snowboard Pro Camp beanies in the description, but we'll do a beanie giveaway too in like 10 minutes. So I'll just randomly pick somebody and then give away a free SPC beanie.
Nice.
Another way that, we're trying to like figure out all these different ways to make money off of YouTube and keep it as a job. One of the ways is through the beanie merch.
Stop giving away free beanies, then you're losing money.
You got to get on the beanie game. You know my beanie connection?
I need a beanie train.
All right. The beanie train.
Buck Snabes has a question finally. Thank you, Buck.
Yes, Buck Snabes, $5. Thanks to the support. Says, do you have a favorite pro snowboarder? And do you watch any pro events? We probably like catch some pro events. When was the last like pro contest or something you watched?
I watched a bit of the X Games, last year's X Games, bit of the half pipe and the slope style. Yeah, that like
nice.
The good thing about with Instagram and all the different things when you're following all these pros, that when you're just looking at their stories or their posts and it comes up with clips of what they're doing and things that they've liked, and then that kind of sucks you down that rabbit hole. So
yeah,
that's cool.
I was watching an event, I think it was in Canada. It was like a slope style big air event, and I was just watching the pros like hucking like the crazy 1440s and stuff, and I think just watching them like how they create that spin. Other than that, it was kind of dry. It was just like watching people spin as much as possible. But yeah, it was kind of cool to watch. Favorite pro. Back in the day, my favorite pro was Eero Itala. He was in a lot of the MacDog films, and I remember he had like a lot of the ender parts. And yeah, he was probably my favorite to watch. Do you have a favorite?
I used to really like Terje Håkonsen. And Eero Itala is awesome. Jeremy Jones, the mountain rider, not the street rider. And yeah, lots of good pros out there.
I saw Terje at High Cascade.
Oh,
apparently he's like he seems like a kind of a quiet guy. He doesn't like really.
Yeah,
seems a little bit.
I follow his
quiet.
Instagram, and half the shots are like him with his like parents and stuff like that. So he's he has a nice chill life.
He's a chill dude.
Yeah, and just the fact that he could like achieve what he achieved, and then and still kind of go back to like ultra humble.
Yeah.
Kind of lifestyle.
Stephen Johnson with the 20 pounds.
British
pounds. Nice. Stephen Johnson all the way from the UK. Thanks for the support. All right. In Motion SLB is on here. What's up, man? He says 198 people watching. Amazing. 61 likes. Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
I think we can get that up to at least 75 likes right now if you guys haven't hit that like button.
And Stephen Johnson says, props for the videos. They've helped no end on some of the details that you don't even realize are making you fall over. Awesome. So much success hitting jumps tonight. Has been to sound advice from you and TJ. Amazing. So you're riding tonight? You must be an indoor slope maybe over in Hempstead or
up in Castleford or out by the Trafford Center. There's
Nice.
a few now out there, which is great because
Cool. Yeah.
back when I used to live there, it was little dry ski slopes, and they just like they're thumb breakers.
Oh
And
no.
that would be
But-
something to do. Is like
dry
take
slope?
Kevin to England and take him dry slope skiing.
No. Yeah, Steven, yeah, thanks for checking out the videos, and I'm really happy they've been helping you out. Yeah, I think like recently I've had a resurgence of the tutorials. So lots of tutorials in the last few weeks, and there's also just like hundreds and hundreds of tutorials made over the years. So appreciate you checking some of those out. All right. All right. Caden says, hey, any advice for 180ing jumps? I can do flat 180s and onto and off of rails, but I have trouble with 180s on jumps.
180ing jumps.
180ing jumps.
Front side, back side. Do you want to take one and I'll take the other?
Okay, I'll do backside. You want to go first?
You go first.
All right, so I would say for jumps, 180s on jumps, it's there's really not. It's very subtle. So if you're thinking about your regular takeoff of a jump, kind of going like straight off of a flat base, maybe a little bit toe heavy, it's very similar for the back 180. So you're a little bit more on your toes, but when you take off of the lip of the jump, you still want to pop like off your toes, like straight up into the air. And then as you get that pop, that's when you like start to turn to look backwards. And there's not a lot of rotating happening. It's almost like you turn, look backwards, and then just twist your board 180 underneath you. Landing switch, and riding it out. If you start small, start doing it on something small, just coming in on that slight toe edge, popping straight up into the air, turning your head and shoulders backwards, twisting your board, and then land switch, ride it out. You can try it on some like little like side hits first to kind of get warmed up before trying it on a small jump. Do you have one for the front side?
Yeah, the good thing about front side is that you're looking at your landing the whole time, so that makes it a little bit easier in that way. But I think maybe the downside is you have to put more effort into like actually using your upper body. I think it's more natural with the backside to lead with your upper body on the rotation, whereas on the front side, yeah, just coming in again pretty straight. Obviously, you want to be jumping a little bit off your heels without too much lean on there. Still jumping right up, but then using that upper body as you jump in to help with the rotation, and then just bringing the board around underneath you and looking and riding away nice and smooth. Yeah, just doing it on a jump that you're comfortable with, that you've been doing a lot, and you already know the feeling of the takeoff and the landing, and yeah, just go out and have some fun.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems with 180s is people like over carve it. Like you're kind of like you get too heavy on your edge. And if you're too heavy on your edge, that means when you land, you're going to be really edge heavy as well and kind of like fall over onto that toe or heel. So kind of just having a subtle edge, like front side, a little bit on the heels, popping straight up and then landing on the toes. And
for
very
both
subtle.
of them, you don't want to be leaning over to get that toe pressure or heel pressure. You just want to be doing that with your legs and your feet. So the body's still upright, except you're just like either pulling your toes up, or you're just going on your tippy toes to create that pressure without messing with your alignment.
Yeah, a little bit of edge pressure. Jake Morse with the super chat, $9.99. Thanks for the support, man. He says, bought the Headspace and actually got to chat with Forrest Bailey today. Oh, very cool. Love the vids, man, and can't wait for the snow to hit the Pacific Northwest. Sick, Jake. Yeah, I'm stoked that you picked up the Headspace. And if you guys don't know, Forrest Bailey is the pro rider who like designs this board over here. Sorry, Chris.
It's okay.
And he does the like artwork on it as well. And
he's like always designed his board top sheets too, right? It's like one of his things.
Yeah, he's kind of like an artist dude. And he also does the art on the bent metal transfer bindings too. So that was like kind of like a bonus for me picking up the bent metals, is that the artwork is the same on the bindings as on the board. And I was kind of like sort of like roommates with Forrest Bailey at High Cascade. We were not in the same room, but in the same house.
Sharing ketchup and razors, hanging out.
Yeah,
night
stealing
chats.
his body wash.
Yeah.
But actually didn't really see him much, but just said hello and just told him I liked his board. So Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a great rider, creative dude, and I'm a big fan of the headspace. So I think he did a really good job on the board. And yeah, Jake, stoked that you like it too, man. All right, Lu Tang, what do you guys think about Revelstoke? Might be heading out there in December, or would Ski Big 3 be a better choice? Might do both since they are 3 hours apart. What is Ski Big 3?
Maybe that's like Banff, Jasper, and a third one out there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Let me see here.
Not
So,
sure.
heading out there in December, like, so how long are you going for? Because like my whole thing with going to a new mountain is actually just having enough time to kind of like explore everything. Because if you go to like
Get to a mountain, hike to the top.
yeah,
That's anytime you go
around.
somewhere new with Kevin, it's like, all right, we're here, let's go ride. No, we gotta hike to the top first.
yeah,
Okay.
no messing around. Like start at the hardest part first, and then
Just everything's downhill from there, literally.
yeah. Yeah, it depends on how much time you have. If you're going for like a month, then I would say maybe Ski Big 3. You can check out 3 different places. But if you have like a week, then maybe Revelstoke, because you can just spend that whole week on one mountain. Especially like with snowboarding, it's so weather dependent that sometimes you need to spend like enough time at one place so that if you have some sunny days and some cloudy days and some powder days, you can actually catch those days and not be jumping around to like 3 different resorts.
It's kind of what got us when we went to Revelstoke. We didn't have any of
Yeah.
those deep powder days, and I think that's when Revelstoke really, really shines, is when they just have, because they have such steep technical riding there,
Yeah.
that the powder would just make that amazing.
But it was still like such a cool place. Like with the sun, we almost had a good trip in a different kind of way. It was like
yeah.
a sunny, like got to see all the views and like, yes, those hikes were like,
We're split boarding without worrying. We're only worrying about where to go rather than, the snowpack is like super stable and
Yeah.
healthy, and
felt safe.
and it just was like fun times.
Yeah, that was a good trip. Yeah. All right. So some people are saying that we missed a super chat. So going to go back and find it. I think it was possibly,
Oh, here's one.
oh, from Eric Hockey 3. Damn, my message didn't get through. It did now. Come to New England. We have Rad Parks, Corinthia, etc. I ride a Huck Knife 2020. 6'6", 250 pounds. Any other boards to check out? Come to New Hampshire. Killington is rad. Very cool, man. Man, any other boards to check out? Oh, there's so many.
There's so many good boards out there.
So, man, if you like the Huck Knife, yeah, I've been a fan of that board as well. Yeah, have you ridden the Orca? Have you ridden the Headspace? Have you ridden some Jones boards? The Yes 2020. What other boards could he ride?
I mean, the ones that I was thinking of would be like I want to try like the Super DOA,
Oh yeah, Super DOA. That'd be cool.
Assassin. Yeah, they're kind of like Quiver Killer style boards, but yeah, they're really good ones.
That new Burton one with the 3D like base. Is that the one that you were talking about too earlier?
The one hitter.
The one hitter?
Yeah,
That had
and
like the 3D base in it?
Oh, does it have the 3D base? I'm not sure. And then the what's the other? The one, the homegrown Hometown Hero by the
Oh,
Burton.
nice,
That's
yeah.
a new one this year too.
Yeah, lots of boards to check out. Yeah, and yeah, we'll have to get up to the Northeast at some point because I know a lot of people, like a lot of you guys, watch the live chats from the Northeast, and it's not too far. It's like a 5-hour flight, so not too bad.
Yeah, we can do a planes, trains, and automobiles style.
Yeah. Oh, we did miss a few super chats. So Brad Mathers, have you tried the Vans Infuse boots with the variable flex rods? You can have it in or out. I haven't tried those boots, but I do have the Vans Versus. Yeah, the Vans Versus and also the Vans High Standard Pros. Love both boots. Like High Standard Pros are a little bit softer. The Versus are a bit stiffer. And yeah, both like really comfortable boots. So I would, if you're interested in the Vans Infuse, I know they're like an even beefier kind of boot for like all mountain. So put them on, try them on, wear them in the shop for an hour. If they're comfortable on your feet and they're like what you're looking for, pick them up.
It's a cool idea with these rods that you can take in or out to adjust the flexibility.
Oh, yeah. Flex rods.
More park, more all mountain.
Yeah. And yeah, Eric Hockey again, 3, no question. But yeah, thanks for the support, man. BTC Nick, $5 super chat. The Quiver Cannon by Nitro looks sick. I think it would fit me. 5'7", 130 pounds, size 9 boot. Always down to support the Stoke. Hashtag get Chris to Japan. Awesome. What do you think?
Well, I know from watching the Nitro team ride that they've done days like all their pros out on the Nitro Cannon. So,
oh, really?
I mean, a lot of those guys are similar size.
What size board is it?
203.
It's a one size.
I believe because they've done different sizes in the past. They've done like a 190. Was it 187 or? Yeah, they've done a few different sizes, but this year they definitely have the 203, which is the one that they got down at Como there. I'm not sure they do a smaller one. I think it might just be the one.
I think if you're 130 pounds, unless you're like an expert rider, I think it's like a novelty board. It's like a board that you get as a novelty, and it's probably not. It's gonna be like a pain to ride. You probably ride
it's
it
a little bit showboating for sure.
Yeah, I would not go for it unless you already have like your snowboard Quiver set, the boards you want, and then you just picked up that board like as a fun extra board.
But dude, imagine the float you would get on that thing. Oh man, it's so big. The swallow on the rear end is like a foot long. It's crazy. But I don't think if you were taking it to Japan, let's say, I don't know if it would fit in any board bag.
Right, yeah.
You'd have to buy or just make a
specialty board bag.
Yeah.
I would say maybe demo it. Get it on a demo day and then see if you like it. Who is Orlando says, what's your thoughts on the snowboard competitions all the way from South America? Suriname with no snow, but coming to the U.S. Very cool. Well, I don't do any snowboard competitions, but I'm sure like if you're somebody that's in the park, they can be fun. I know there's some like rippers in Whistler that get into contests, and I think they have a fun time.
Yeah, I think like again, you have like a nice competitive nature with all the other people. You get to know them, you get to travel around and meet people from different areas and the different companies as well. And so it's a cool way to get a nice insight into the sport, and yeah, that's what you like to do. It's sweet.
Yeah, I think like everyone sort of gets drawn into different things, and like if you're somebody that's really into competing, then you can definitely try out some contests. We're definitely too old. You got to be like 15.
Half our age.
You got to be like just starting out. Derek Warden with the super chat says, bro, more Orca questions. I'm 155 pounds, 147 or 150 Orca. Thoughts? Also, what bonding do you recommend to go with? Binding. So on the Orca, you're 155 pounds. You're probably looking at the 147. I'm thinking.
I heard the 140. That's the hardest one to get a hold of.
Oh, really? And I think it depends on sort of like your riding style too. It's like if you're more into trees and kind of having it a little bit quicker, then the 147's for you. If you're really thinking of like fast powder riding and like big drops and all that kind of stuff, then maybe the 150. But my instinct is for your weight, probably the 147, yeah. What do you think?
I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
You pretty much nailed it there.
All right. Man, a lot of board size questions here. Dare Dream with the $5 super chat says, question. So I'm 6'2", 220 pounds, and I've got a 171 B-Sod 2019 by Capita. You think it's too long? It seems to speed up too fast and hard to turn. Interesting. So you're 220 and you have a 171. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big board. That may be too big. For sure. Especially if it's, I don't know if it's full camber, but if it's a full camber board as well, that's going to be a very difficult to turn board.
Yeah, it's going to be harder to initiate, take longer to complete your turns. It's going to be nice and stable, which is good if you do get up to speed. But, yeah, I think it depends what type of riding you're doing, where you are with your riding. If you're quite a advanced rider and you're quite aggressive, that you can make that work. But if you're still learning, it definitely makes it more difficult.
Yeah, and if you're saying that it's hard to turn already, then it's probably too big. So yeah, go down to like a 161.
Yeah,
and try something like that. Maybe check out something too that's got some rocker in the tips, and rocker in the tips definitely makes turning like much quicker, much easier. Because yeah, I've got like a 162, I think, capital warp speed, and I find that difficult to turn. And that's like 10 centimeters smaller than your board, or 9 centimeters. NQ, how did we miss all these super chats?
I don't know.
NQ,
How did you miss them?
That's a good call. How the heck did I? But did you see them when I was like scrolling through? I didn't. I try to like scroll through and catch them all, but these ones are.
YouTube is messing with us.
I think there's a new YouTube app, so I think I'm gonna blame it on the new app.
Good call.
NQ says, can you recommend a POW butter board? This is solid for jumps and carves, even on groomers. Would prefer something that has a little tail. Oh, this one right here. Yeah, the Orca. The Orca is perfect. You can take it off jumps, carving. It's got magnet traction for carving. For groomers, that's what I like. I want a powder board that I can also ride on groomers. So that's another reason I got the Orca. But yeah, what would you say for? I
know the first one that came to mind was the Jones Hovercraft.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, that one's it's designed to be a great carver and also really good in the powder. And
Nice.
Yeah, you can definitely take it off jumps. That's for sure.
So yeah, Hovercraft by Jones, LibTech Orca. There's two solid ones for you.
Yeah, just you don't want anything that's got like too, you don't want to be getting a big swallowtail. Like the Storm Chaser would not work, I think, in the park very well because it's just a flat swallowtail on then, and that's just a disaster waiting to happen if you ever land switch.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go too short because then you have less stability for landings. Also, like don't get a POW board that's too soft either, because if it's too soft, it's not going to give you that stability for landing jumps.
The House of Powder board, if it's designed for like Japan powder or something, if you're gonna take it into harder snow, it's gonna be a lot more difficult.
Eric Hockey 3 with another super chat says, take on Huck Knife, plan to come to New England.
You know the Huck Knife. You've owned a Huck Knife.
Yeah, take on Huck Knife. What does that mean?
What's your take on the Huck
Oh,
Knife?
take on it. Yeah, it's like a fun. It's a fun sort of like park board. It's kind of got that mix of pop and butterability. So yeah, it's fun. I like it a lot. And no plans at the moment for New England, but we'll see what happens. Dean with the super chat says, guys, for someone who loves park riding and prefers spring riding, when is the best time to visit Whistler? The spring.
Pretty much.
What do you think is the best month for spring riding in Whistler?
Well, man, it changes every year, I feel like.
It does, yeah.
But yeah, usually around like the end of Telesfest, that kind of area. When's that, like?
April?
End of April, start of May, something like that. But it varies. Like sometimes April was still riding powder, and other days it's like total park conditions. So
yeah, maybe
roll
like
the dice a little bit.
Yeah, you roll the dice with the spring, but the past couple of years, like May has been the best for spring riding. So yeah, sometimes in April, it's still cloudy, still getting snow.
Yeah, I remember having some really good Aprils in the past.
Yeah, so April or May, just keep an eye on the weather. That's definitely the best time. And NGen with the long lost super chat here. Thanks to the support, NGen. Says, going on a weekend snowboard trip with some English twins. Any advice? English. Which twins are you speaking of? Any advice?
Be careful around those two. They're trouble.
Let them do all the planning. Let them take the wheel on stuff like dinner plans, just organize anything to do with organization. They got it down.
If they start bickering with each other, just stay out of it. Let them work it out.
Stay out of the bickering. Yep. Although they definitely do it less. They've mellowed out. Snowboarding has mellowed them out for sure. Any other advice? Yeah, just I think for riding, they know what they're doing. They've got their boards, they've got their tricks in mind. So maybe just give them a few little pointers here and there. And other than that, they're killing it.
You saw them at like the start of their big sabbatical with that like old Euro trip, and you've seen them at the end, and presumably they're kind of heads and shoulders above where they were.
Yeah, no, they've progressed so much with their riding. Yeah, tons.
Be ready for a ride in, Jen. Thanks for the super chat.
Kira 1984 says, I have a mild curvature of the spine, makes left leg 1 centimeter shorter than the right, and twisting left is limited. Any advice? Going to Bulgaria in 2020, can't wait. That's a really interesting question, very different. I would say maybe get into some maybe get into some yoga or I'm sure you do some stuff for it, but some things that help with mobility. I know for myself, like I'm always trying to like stretch or do some kind of yoga type stuff. And I find that helps with, just like twisting and things like that.
The only thing I can think related to that, if you're regular, well, I guess it depends which where you go. But if you're regular, you're twisting left more as you're doing your hillside turn, and so if you're finding that difficult, then you could get something like an asymmetrical board, where that's going to help you with your hillside and your toeside carves.
Good. Ooh, that's a good little secret there.
Yeah,
that's like a hack.
Yeah, kind of. Can't twist left. Get an asym board.
Yeah, so basically, an asym board is the heel edge is a little bit like shorter and deeper than the toe, giving you quicker heel turns. So if turning left is your heel turn, an asym board will help as well. That's a really good tip. Damn, that's a smart tip there.
We got these ones.
We got these ones?
Yep.
We're all caught up in super chats?
We're caught up.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Unless there's some new ones. El Stacker, don't say this, El Stacker. Thank you for the super chat.
Thanks, El Stacker.
You're not supposed to be saying that. But shout out to Jonathan Buckhouse. He's another snowboard YouTuber. And Jen with another super chat says, hashtag bring Chris and Andreas to Europe Fund. P.S. You missed my other super chat. We got it. And Jen.
Thanks for that.
Appreciate the support, man. Have a good time. I guess you're going to Landgraf. Is that where you're going?
Indoor place in the Netherlands.
Or maybe they're going somewhere else. Maybe I don't know. Are they getting snow? Maybe there is snowboarding in Europe at the moment.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna guess Landgraf. But yeah, have a good time with those brothers.
They're
out
fun.
there.
They're fun guys.
All right, yeah. So that's it for super. Ratty Panther with the $10 super chat says, Marshall from Roanoke, Virginia. Come check out Snowshoe, West Virginia. It's on the Icon Pass now. I'd absolutely love to ride with y'all one day. Riding the Fun Slinger this season. Binding recommendations. Cool. Yeah, the Fun Slinger Never Summer. Yeah, really fun board there, obviously. Binding recommendations. I've been really stoked on the bent metal transfers. They have, check out the review I recently did. I did the bent metal transfers versus the Union Stratas. Kind of similar bindings that have some similarities, but some big differences too. So maybe check out that video and it may help you decide between like what bindings you need. The Union Stratas are a little bit like more responsive, a little bit stiffer. The bent metal is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more of like a playful feel. So you, when you're shopping for bindings, it's like good things to kind of keep in mind. Chris, what bindings do you have?
I got the Union, the Force.
Nice, yeah, the Force is cool.
The one the Fun Slinger. That's what type of board is that?
It's like a park board.
Yeah, one binding that I've been kind of interested in recently is the Yes with the skate tech in it. So actually, like when you lean, like it pivots a tiny bit, and so it basically helps you like change where you're putting the pressure relative to the board. But I don't feel like I have enough deep knowledge about bindings to give too much advice out. So
Cool. Have to try some.
stick with boards.
We'll have to try some bindings out. Bindings is one of those things. It's hard. Like all the bindings are very similar. But I suppose the more that you ride different bindings, the more you see the differences. But it's not as exciting to change up your bindings all the time.
Yeah, and I find like if you a lot of times if you're changing boards with people or shops or whatever, you're also getting different bindings, and so you really have to kind of ride the same board with different bindings to get a good idea on the feel of them.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been nice actually. Yeah, it's been nice to try some different bindings because like there are like you feel like big differences in things. So we'll have to get on some yes.
That's Andreas like only rides yes.
Really?
He loves them.
William says,
What do you
guys think of nitro snowboard boots? I've never ridden a pair of nitro boots, but I'll have to try some on. I've heard some good things. Recently, I was talking to a friend of mine who only rides nitros and
Nice.
Yeah, stands by them.
Their snowboard lineup looks really good this year.
Ivan says, "What's your favorite part about snowboarding in powder?" Oh man, there's so many favorite parts.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is it? What's like the best? Like, what's the best? I feel like my best powder line of the year was in Japan. And sorry, Chris, for like throwing this one out there, but but it was just like the feeling of like bouncing from like cloud to cloud. Just it was so cool. It's like snowboarding on a cloud. It's just like flying down the sky, bouncing on clouds. So
yeah,
that's the best part.
Yeah, it's you going down. You feel like you're flying. You don't really feel the friction under your feet.
Yeah.
A lot of times it can be cloudy out as well, and so you can sometimes you almost get in that whole area where you just, I don't know, you almost feel like you're moving but you're not moving, and you're going fast and slow. And
what was your best run of this last year? Your best POW run?
I don't know. There's been a few good ones. None that were like insanely like 10s, but a few like 8s and 9s. I think that a couple nice days out in Lakeside Bowl when
Lakeside
we had
Bowl?
like
Nice,
we had a meter in 3 days, and they hadn't opened up any of that area, and so when they opened it, and it was just a meter of untouched snow.
Do you prefer like wide open or riding through trees?
I think they both have their place, but probably wide open just due to the speed you can get. And
nice, yeah.
And it's more that like it's just completely your canvas to paint, as Muller would say.
Yeah, I think I like the wide open as well better. Like tree riding is amazing as well.
I think tree riding is more technical usually, a lot more timing and coordination, and you're constantly looking forward, whereas in that big wide open stuff you can really just like enjoy. You almost can take a moment to like enjoy the moment rather than like oh crap.
You can like relax a little bit more on the even if you're riding fast doing a big like powder slash, you can kind of just like do it with ease.
But I think the main thing for me is riding deep enough powder, because like 10, 15 centimeters, half a foot, is cool, but when you get like a foot and above, and that's just amazing. All
right, let's give away SPC Black Beanie. So actually, whoever wins can have a choice between we have white beanies, black beanies, and gray beanies, and then whoever wins, all you have to do is send me a DM on Instagram at Snowboard Pro Camp and send me your full name and full address, and I will send you out a beanie. All you have to do to enter is to leave a comment. I'm just going to randomly scroll through.
Do it quickly.
I'll get Chris. You say stop, and I'll stop on somebody's name, and then we'll just give the beanie away.
Okay.
All right. We'll just give you guys like 30 seconds to leave your question. And maybe give the video a like if you want. But wow, look.
You could just write anything. Just an exclamation point would do.
Yeah. Also, guys.
Beanie works, yeah.
Also, guys, if you haven't yet, subscribe here to Snowboard Pro Camp. Also, subscribe to Chris.
Come do it. It's where all the cool things are happening.
Yeah, Chris.
Uptown, downtown.
He's got lots of videos out with Andreas. With TJ's in a video. I'll probably be.
Kevin was in the $5 versus $500 setup.
Yep, and so it's Chris Ayres. So how you spell Chris normal way, and then Ayres is EYRES.
Speaking of, I should probably get these. Maybe minus the Snowboard Pro Camp logo.
Yeah, get some.
Get these shirts on order.
Yeah.
You guys like this shirt?
Can you get those? Can people buy those shirts?
Yeah, I did it through
nice.
Spreadshirt and all that jazz.
All right, so let's randomly just start scrolling,
Okay.
and then you just tell me.
I see you going up and down. That's a good call.
All right.
Okay, and I have my eyes closed, looking away.
All right.
Okay, stop.
It's that guy or person.
Cool.
You want to read it?
It's from Code It Up. What is the best board for park and mountain?
Nice. So yeah, before we answer your question, caught it up. You win an SPC beanie. Just over on Instagram, send me a DM and give me your full name and full address. And tell me which beanie you prefer, the black one, white one, or gray. And we'll get that shipped out to you this week. Yeah, congrats. Caught it up.
Caught it up.
And I think we have one more super chat. So let's answer that, and then we'll get out of here because we've gone over the 1 hour mark, which is great.
It's easy to do.
You guys just
I've been there.
hitting us up with so many great questions. Andrew says, "Hey guys, just wondering your opinion with Vans OG boot and Union Force bindings. Also thoughts on signal boards." So Vans OG boot. I don't know about that boot. I'm a big fan of Vans boots though. I think they're very comfortable. Try them on and keep your feet in them and see if they're comfortable for you. I think they will be, but it's the best thing to do is just try them on and leave them on your feet for a while. Union Force bindings, they're like a good sort of do everything kind of binding. I don't know what the latest ankle strap is on the Union Force, but maybe compare them to some other Union bindings. I like the strap that is very like 3D, so like it molds well to your snowboard boot. I think that's the most important thing. Make sure that the strap matches your boot very well and is like comfortable. The ankle strap is comfortable when you crank it down. Also, thoughts on signal boards? I would say, I don't know. We haven't had a chance to Signal doesn't really do demos.
They're like direct to customer basically, so they don't actually sell them through any stores. We haven't had a opportunity to ride them, but they look cool. I know from watching their every Thursday videos, the fact that they do that's a good sign, and they're willing to try new things and make prototypes of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about signal boards to be honest. So maybe. Until Signal sends us some boards to demo and test out for you guys, maybe go with something else.
Signal, send us your boards.
But yeah, check out the new Headspace. TJ is riding the Battalion Evil Twin. Chris is riding. What are you riding this year? The T-Rice and
the Storm Chaser.
Storm Chaser. So yeah, check out some of those boards. But look through the channel, see what boards we've been riding, and I think maybe base it off of that. And another super chat has come through from Rowdy Panther, Marshall from Roanoke, Virginia. Awesome. What's up, man? He says, come check out Snowshoe. West Virginia. We already got that question. Roanoke. All right, sweet. Chris, man, thanks for doing the super chat with me. Good times.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me down. It's great to come and hang out with all the homies, and hopefully might pick up a few subscribers out there. That'd be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
And, I'm excited for the snow to come. It's definitely in that pre-season kind of where focusing on getting riding rather than like making films about getting riding. That's a bit harder, but I think once the board's on, then the stoke is going to be exploding out the roof.
Yeah, it's very close. Winter's coming. It's right around the corner. So I hope that wherever you guys are, the resort that you ride at is getting some precipitation, some cold temperatures. Call up your resort, tell them to open early, do what you need to do, tell them Snowboard Pro Camp sent you, and let's have like the best season yet. So yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. Are you gonna do a live chat anytime soon?
I've been doing them like every Mondays, but we switched it around last week. But I think for now we're gonna keep it Mondays at 6:30 because I do it in the Comore store with Andreas, and we have loads of boards there to check out. 6:30 Pacific time.
Awesome.
So nice and early for the European guys. I think once the season actually starts proper, then I'm going to switch that back to a more friendly time.
Nice.
Kind of similar to what Kevin has.
Yeah, the Europeans, everyone. Thank you guys in Europe for staying up late with us here. Very cool.
Pray for snow and go with the flow.
Pray to the snow gods. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. We'll see you very soon.
Yeah. Thanks.
Later, guys.
See ya.